Tonight on UATV, find out how a new development in Northwest Arkansas will change the lives of one family.
Do you think it would be better if we don't have to drive as far? Yeah.
We'll update you on the construction of the new children's hospital.
And a pedestrian dies in Fayetteville. We'll give the details on what caused the accident.
And how a few furry friends are bridging the gap between students here at the U of A and the police officers that serve them. For these stories and more, UATV News starts right now.
And welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of UATV News. I'm Andrew Epperson.
And I'm Samantha Marks. Thanks for joining us.
Well, yesterday afternoon, the U of A sent a non-emergency notification warning students and staff of an outbreak of the mumps virus.
The Arkansas Department of Health confirmed 2 cases of the mumps here on campus. The mumps is a viral illness transmitted through coughing and sneezing. There's no treatment, but symptoms usually resolve themselves within a few weeks.
And the Arkansas Department of Health says there are no signs of transmission, but students exposed to carriers in classes or residence halls will be notified within the next few days from the Pat Walker Health Center.
They tell us there are several things students can do to protect themselves.
Students need to understand about mumps is they need to not panic. Mumps is something that we can vaccinate for, and it is the best way to prevent contracting mumps. The Pat Walker Health Center does have measles, mumps, and rubella vaccinations, and that is what the CDC recommends for anyone who was born after 1957. Students need to understand about mumps is they need to not panic.
If you believe you have been exposed to the mumps or experiencing symptoms, call the health center immediately. And a pedestrian has been pronounced dead at the hospital after a car accident in Fayetteville. Last night, a 19-year-old hit a visiting Kansas woman at around 7:30.
They collided in front of the IHOP on Weddington when she attempted to jaywalk across the 4-lane road. Emergency responders took 37-year-old Pamela Wilson to the hospital where she later died. Police are working to determine the causes of the accident.
And they're also investigating the kidnapping and attempted robbery of a Fayetteville local. The victim said a masked man broke into the back of his South Fayetteville home yesterday morning.
The armed robber forced him to drive to a nearby Arvest bank and unload his bank account. When they arrived, the victim ran inside and told employees to call the police, and the kidnapper drove away in the vehicle. Police found the stolen truck later that day and confirmed the testimony using surveillance tapes from the victim's security cameras. No arrests were made, and investigators are searching for the kidnapper.
Campus safety is an ongoing concern for police departments across the nation. Here at the U of A, officers have added a few four-legged members to the police force in hopes of keeping U of A students safe. UATV reporter Sawyer Bussey is live on campus with the story. Sawyer?
Seen them around campus today. The UAPD's K-9 unit have been working all day to comfort students as they prepare for finals week. But how will these dogs help keeping students safe year-round? Days start early for 2-year-old police K-9 Oakley.
Here, sit.
With 3 to 4 hours of intense training sessions.
Find it.
But for Oakley, these sessions are just a game.
Oh, good job! Yay, good job!
She's one of 4 dogs that belong to the UAPD K-9 unit. But don't let those sweet faces fool you. These dogs are trained to detect anything, from the slightest scent of narcotics to explosives.
Tools, but we use them to kind of accomplish the goal of being able to find things that you wouldn't be able to find ordinarily because their sense of smell is so strong.
The dogs are also tools to help protect their handlers in dangerous situations. In a matter of seconds, these dogs go from man's best friend to an officer's greatest protector.
Suspect stand still, stop fighting my dog. There you go, out.
When these dogs aren't with their handlers fighting crime, you can find them around campus doing their favorite job of all.
Not really in their job description, but it's kind of a unspoken rule. They're supposed to be ambassadors for the university police department. It's not really in their job description, but we like to promote them as, I guess you'd say, relationship builders.
Police say the dogs help connect with students around campus in a positive way.
They may not feel comfortable just walking up to a police officer randomly, but with the dog, we kind of bridge that gap a little bit.
U of A sophomore Cassidy Walsh agrees. She says seeing the dogs around campus have helped her get to know the police officers that she sees every day.
It's not like they're a scary authority figure, like it's just like they're a pal, kind of.
They understand that we're not robots, that we're out there just to do our job, and our job is to protect and serve our community.
and he doesn't have to do it alone.
She's my partner. She's my best friend. She's just part of the family. It's just like taking your best friend to work every day.
Seen by specialized hospital. Oh, Sawyer, not me.
Love it when students come up and pet the dogs, but make sure you ask before you start petting because those dogs are on guard 24/7. Reporting live in Fayetteville, Sawyer Bussey, UATV News.
The K-9 program has been a part of UAPD for 8 years now, and officers say the program is continuing to grow.
And you might see some familiar faces in this next story. Campus canines were used as puppy therapy today for students. The architecture department is hosting multiple events throughout the week to help their students with stress from finals. The rest of the week will include events like massage chairs, movies, free food, and jazz music.
After U of A student Cole Pangburn died in September, the Associated Student Government worked to make scooter safety a bigger priority. Today they announced that the Pangburn Safety Awareness Act will go into effect beginning Thursday, December 8th. The initiative will require students under the age of 21 who ride mopeds on campus to wear a helmet. It also says that ASG will work to make helmets easily available to students.
ASG is also working to give students the opportunity to be at the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump on January 20th. 6 university students will travel to Washington, D.C. to witness the oaths of office and attend the inaugural parade. The trip includes a round-trip flight to D.C., hotel accommodations, and prepaid access to the D.C. metro system. Applications to attend the trip must be submitted to the Office of Student Activities by noon on December 5th.
Before the inauguration in January, people in the U.S. are getting ready for the Christmas season, and a new robot on campus might change how they shop for holiday groceries. Students hired by the Macmillan Innovation Studio are working on something groundbreaking, a completely self-functioning robotic shopping cart. This will help consumers using the cart to choose their grocery list, scan their items, and purchase them all on one machine.
Process and lines makes lines, way faster than it normally would be.
Students are working to speed up the cashier's side of shopping by placing multiple barcodes on the product for a faster checkout. This work will expand from right here in Fayetteville to stores all across the world. And, well, I haven't started my Christmas shopping yet, and I probably won't until December 24th.
That's a shocker. I'm not surprised by that. With the holidays just around the corner, that means the colder weather is headed our way.
And I've done weather a few times, so I have a little bit of credibility when I say I think it's already here. But let's go ahead and double check and head over to UATV forecaster Juliana Clipson for your weather.
Well, guys, winter is finally here along with the cold weather, and our current temperatures are in the low 40s, but tonight it's going to reach freezing. It's going to be 32 degrees, and if you're in the library studying late, make sure you grab a jacket on your way back because it's going to be cold. And then to our weekend weather report, we're going to see temperatures on Thursday starting in the high being 56, the low 36. It's going to be sunny though, so it's not going to feel as cold as it was today. And then on Friday, it's going to be a high of 58 and a low of 37, partly cloudy. So it's going to feel, I don't know, maybe still grab a jacket. Saturday, we're going to see a low of 36 and a high of 45, and it's going to be rainy. So finally time to take out the jackets and the umbrellas because December's here and so is the cold weather. So thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Juliana. The Arkansas Children's Hospital in Springdale is well on its way to being completed. And that means children here in Northwest Arkansas will soon be on their way to more specialized health care. We go live now to UATV's Lance Lloyd on how this will impact one local family.
If you live in our area, driving half the distance of the state is what it took if you wanted to get your child seen by a specialized hospital. But now with Arkansas Children's Northwest planning a location here in Springdale, that's all about to change. I spoke with one local family who says cutting the distance is a huge relief.
Do you remember when you had surgery? No.
Well, I think. Well, I'm thinking in my brain, I think. I'm thinking what it looks like, but I think I don't know.
Soon the Irwin family will have more time to enjoy moments like this.
Whoa, sister.
Instead of having to drive 3 hours to receive medical treatments.
We would get there about 6, and her treatment was 10 hours overnight of IV infusion. And so then we would have 10 hours of IV, and then we would wake up in the morning and drive back to Fayetteville.
Ella and Nathan Irwin both have medical conditions that need specialized treatment, and the only hospital specifically for children is located in Little Rock. But soon this will be a thing of the past, with Springdale getting its very own hospital that will serve the more than 200,000 children living in the Northwest Arkansas area. As construction continues to build higher and higher on the Arkansas Children's Hospital here in Springdale, so do the hopes of families like the Irwins.
Her pediatrician, Dr. Simmons, told us about the Northwest Arkansas campus opening, and we were very excited because at the time we thought that she would have ITP chronically.
And it's not just the parents who have good things to say about the special care for the kids. What was your favorite part about the hospital?
Well, there was one part where you could watch movies.
And did they have a playground you could play on?
Well, yeah.
Peace of mind for both parents and children that's just minutes away instead of hours.
Like scaredy cats. I love dogs and scaredy cats.
And as you can see, the hospital is still under construction, but if you take a look at this graphic on your screen, you can see what a full rendered version of what the hospital will look like when it's opened and will be completed. Reporting live in Springdale, Lance Lord, UATV News.
Thanks, Lance. The Children's Hospital will be open in 2018.
UATV comes back. Donald Trump works to make a decision on his Secretary of State. Hear who he's considering.
And we learn more about the Ohio State attack, find out if the stabbing was an act of terrorism. UATV will be right back.
Good evening and welcome to this Monday night edition of UATV News. I'm Sawyer Bessie.
And I'm Andrew Epperson. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we start with a new update in the mumps outbreak in northwest Arkansas.
Fayetteville Public Schools announced this morning that one student attending Butterfield Elementary School is a confirmed case of the mumps. The first cases of the mumps were reported in August 31st in Springdale.
A total of 89 cases have been reported and confirmed in northwest Arkansas alone, leaving many questioning the contagious disease and the source of the outbreak. According to the Arkansas Department of Health, the mumps outbreak started in Iowa, where an infected person traveled to Arkansas.
Only one case has been confirmed in the Fayetteville area. The origins of the initial outbreak in Iowa are still unknown.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are classifying the mumps outbreak as a viral illness that is contracted from direct contact with an infected person. Common symptoms include headache, fever, and swelling of the mouth and throat glands. The MMR vaccine is said to be 88% effective and shorten the symptom period.
The Arkansas Department of Health has determined that the best ways to stay healthy are by ensuring your vaccinations are up to date, hand washing, and covering your mouth when coughing or sneezing. As a way to combat further cases in the area, the Arkansas Health Department will host a series of targeted vaccination clinics where the MMR vaccine as well as the flu vaccine will be available to the community. The first vaccination clinic is scheduled to be held at the Jones Center in Springdale on September 21st. For more information regarding future immunization clinics in your area, you can go to the Arkansas Department of Health's website at healthy.arkansas.gov.
Well, friends and family will gather tonight to remember a U of A student who died last week. Tonight, there will be a candlelight vigil for Cole Pangburn at 7:30 in the Greek Theater. Pangburn was involved in a scooter accident late last Saturday night. Pangburn passed early Monday morning from injuries after not wearing a helmet. After the recent scooter accidents across campus, ASG has been working to pass a new law to keep students safe. ASG President Connor Phlox has been working with UAPD to develop an initiative to require helmets for all scooters on campus. This morning, Phlox and Chancellor Steinmetz met to continue to develop the initiative to improve safety.
A Madison County Police canine passed away over the weekend after being left in a hot vehicle. 3-year-old Lena was believed to have been left in the car for too long in high temperatures, which some believe was the cause of her death. The Sheriff's Department has begun investigating into the matter.
Governor Hutchinson spoke at a press conference today in Little Rock. The governor was joined with top doctors from all around Arkansas who all spoke about their disapproval for medical marijuana.
Judgment. And that is that the initiatives that will be on the ballot do not lead to good medicine. It is not good medical practice, and it is not best for the patient.
Well, 2 acts for medical marijuana have made it to the Arkansas ballot in November. That means many students on campus will be able to vote for or against medical marijuana this November.
But the 2 medical marijuana initiatives can be confusing. UATV's Lance Lloyd joins us live with details about both.
That is right, Andrew and Sawyer. Arkansans will definitely be seeing the medical marijuana issue on November's ballot. And they won't just be seeing it once, they'll be seeing 2 different forms of legislation for that. Now that could get confusing when going to the polls because both pieces of legislation have similar names but will be doing different things. Now, if you take a look at this graphic on your screen, you can see the Arkansas Cannabis Act would allow doctors to prescribe medical marijuana for 56 different illnesses and allow at least 38 dispensaries across the state, and some patients could even grow up to 10 plants of their own at home, while the medical marijuana amendment would allow doctors to prescribe marijuana for only 14 illnesses while having 40 dispensaries across the state, and no marijuana would be allowed to be grown at home. I spoke with a former medical marijuana user and a cancer survivor. She says it's very important to know the differences between issues before going to the polls.
My job as somebody who believes in this to try to give information and help people be educated.
Now, there is another petition from the other side that is trying to get both pieces of legislation off the ballot completely. That is a developing situation, and we will keep you updated on that. Reporting live in Fayetteville, Lance Lloyd, UATV News.
You can vote on these initiatives on Election Day, November 8th. Back to school time means stress is starting to pile up. UATV's Cortland Dees has more on how students can keep aware of eating disorders while in school.
We're trying to raise awareness that this is a real, true health condition, and it is at times deadly.
A psychological disorder that can be misunderstood is now in the spotlight.
There's so many misconceptions about eating disorders, and that they're a fad or a trend or really maybe even a diet of some kind.
According to the National Eating Disorders Association, 32% of college women and 25% of college men will face an eating disorder. From those statistics, over 7,000 students at the U of A could be affected.
So many people feel that they have to be better, that they have to meet some sort of a socially constructed ideal.
Wilmoth says everyone faces pressure to conform to the perfect image portrayed by the media.
A healthy lifestyle is not about being perfect.
To combat the media-induced need for perfection, health officials sought to spread a message of hope on campus.
We're all enough.
Roush says if you feel like you may be having an eating issue, the first step is to make an appointment with the primary care clinic.
An early intervention can really make a huge impact on someone's recovery. So we would like to raise awareness so that we can help people get the help that they need as early as possible.
Roush urges anyone facing an eating disorder to reach out for help.
You're not alone. You know, you're not alone. And there are caring people at Pat Walker and in the community that want to help.
Counseling and psychological services for students are available at the Pat Walker Health Center.
With the first tests of the semester around the corner, U of A students might want to consider balancing their study sessions with a little bit of gaming. Nathan Smallwood is live at the Student Technology Center with more on how to relieve stress while keeping up with your schoolwork. Well, actually, we're going to catch up with him a little bit later, and we're going to go to weather and check out what's going on there with Alexandra Franks.
Looks like we brought the heat back with us from Fort Worth this weekend with a high of 84 today. Luckily, the temperatures are cooling off this evening before they rise back up to 86 again tomorrow. Tomorrow will also be partly cloudy before we head into a stormy end of the week. And on Wednesday, we see the beginning of the thunderstorms. So that will sure put a damper on this hump day, don't you think?
Hillary Clinton collapses at a 9/11 ceremony in New York City.
And a fire erupts at Pulse terrorist Omar Mateen's mosque.
All this and more when UATV News returns.